Start off with I don't know what's I feel like I have so much things to do that I can't even, and it's only for one class specifically. It's for my quantum physics, my quantum computing class. Why am I taking that class? Because my school fucking hates me and it hates everyone that's not a fucking computer, that's not a business major, and they don't offer classes that aren't business related. So this was up to, so I had to pick between two physics classes. Also, I'm not even salty. Here's it. I think I held so much resentment. First, actually, I think I'm talking too fast. Let me just low key. Let me low key pull up the homework that is due for this class. Ooh, I just gave myself a jump scare. I'll do this while I rant. Multitasking. I didn't even want to pick this class out, mainly because I've never had an interest in quantum computing, and this is the first year. My last semester, I was abroad, and that was the first year where I actually was interested in the classes I was taking. So I wanted to keep it up because when I have interest in class, I do show up on a regular basis, and I do pretty well on every fucking test. So I was like, you know what? Solve the code. I just have to like the class I'm taking. So I never really had an interest for quantum computing, as you can see, but this is the only two classes that my school is offering for upper division physics class. Yay. Yay. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not even salty about my school. I always held this kind of resentment towards the school I went to, even though I do believe that is a education is such a privilege, of course, because not only do you have to get into the school of your choice, the equivalency of your kidneys to attend that school, and then there's so much obstacles once you go to that school. Like, tuition is obviously going to increase every semester. Books cost an arm and a leg. Attending classes is a full-time job. Doing the work, because like they expect you 8 hours a week to do an assignment. So like education is very much a privilege. If you could access higher education, you are obviously in a privileged position in certain ways. Um, so discredit I do not discredit higher education. However, it just boggles my mind that you have to do all that to get a piece of paper, even though like the things that you are learning will probably it's probably easy to access online, or you can go to a free library, or you can probably just find it easily somewhere. So yeah, I don't know. I am very grateful for the education I got, and was that my parents were totally down for me to get. It wasn't the college I wanted to go to. No, there was one college in specific I really wanted to go to. However, my parents were like, "We're not gonna support you if you go there." So they were not like that, but it's like they wouldn't be happy. And for a person who centers their parents' life on everything, that was a hard pill to swallow. So I just went to the college that they much prefer, even though it was much expensive. And I didn't do much research. Do research when you go to a college, specifically a private a private school, especially one that's the quarter system, because you will regret your decision by the first quarter. Just what I have to say. Saying that to say, um, with the school I go to, also I find I always had like this certain resentment. Like I said, I would have had this certain resentment towards my school because I'm not gonna lie, it's like the good parts were good. They were good. They weren't great. They were good. However, the bad parts, girl, it felt like a person was dragging me through a football field filled with fucking barbed wire and piranhas, like back and forth. The bad parts were bad. Like they were trying to make a TV show off of how bad my life was at this school. But I don't hold resentment to that school anymore because again, college is the most unserious part. I watched Tell Me Lies, and I think Alex, the new character, is like college is the most unserious part of your life. And honestly, you are so right. Being away, like I said, I was abroad, so, and also I was abroad, but like, girl, I was doing study abroad, but girl, you're not studying, baby. There was one week that I was actually kind of cramming, and that was me and my friends in a room playing the most loud, obnoxious music and doing our work. That was us cramming, which is a great opportunity. But like, it's not really school. It's not really school. But it was, so I kind of use it as my gap semester because I've never had a gap semester. It was from high school to college. I wish I kind of did a gap semester or just did like a community college course so I could appreciate, because my brother appreciates the school I go to. I don't think I can appreciate to full capacity because it's like, bitch, I could have chosen anything other than this. I could have chosen anything other than this, and I chose this because whatever. I'm not heated anymore. I'm not. I'm not. But anyways, but like it is the most unserious part because like when I was doing a year abroad, I met people who were outside my school. I lived a life that was beyond the school I went to, my undergrad. And I was like, I didn't even think about my college not once. Not once. And it is the most unserious part of your life. Yeah, it taught me how to be a resilient person because, girl, the shit I would deal with was actually kind of like fucking humiliation ritual fucking type shit. Like, I hated myself. Like, I looked bummy as fuck every day. I was just a mess. And I feel like this is the first year. And I've always, because when you go into college, you have this idealization of like what your college experience is gonna be like. Like it's gonna be going to parties, it's gonna be getting straight A's, it's gonna be like blah, 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 blah. It was none of that. Frankly, they lied. Frankly, they lied to us all, and it was not that. And I always felt like I was carrying the burden of not having the full college experience, because it was like I'm paying for this and I'm not even happy doing it, which I was kind of expecting. Like I knew it's not always gonna be the the best times, but I was expecting it to be at least a centimeter of goodness. Like I don't know. College is definitely not like the movies, and that is everyone knows that. Everyone knows it's all like it's too played up. But the only accurate representation of college I've seen, especially specifically in like the friend sense, is Tell Me Lies. Specifically with the friend group of what's his name, of Steven, Evan, and Wrigley, how they absolutely despise each other. Because before my junior year, I've noticed like some friend groups, there's always gonna be like one. I've always noticed is like there's always gonna be one girl in the friend group or one boy in the friend group that's like jealous of one person or like things like that of that nature. However, I've never been a group of people that absolutely despise each other, but they're gonna consider themselves their ride or die, and that is where I find correlation between Tell Me Lies and that friend group and my real life event, because there's these three boys that in in a if you're a far away person and you see them, you're gonna be like, yeah, they are like really close because they always hang out together. You're never gonna see one alone. There's always gonna be that one friend with them, or it's gonna be the group of them, and that's fun. But once you get to know them, and the only reason I got to know them is because I needed a car, and they had a car. Sorry, sue me. I'm not a perfect human being. At the end of the day, I'm an opportunist. I'm not, fuck off. But anyways, I they but anyways, they are very similar to Steven and Evan and Wrigley's friend group because they just always hate on each other actively. Like they will never, like, if one person has an accomplishment, you're gonna see another person just side eye them or give them a backhand compliment, or they're always just gonna come at each other's throats. Like don't get me wrong, me and my friends, we do like clown each other, but we never do it in front of people. We do it to our own selves, or if we're doing it in front of people, it's like a joke that like they know. It's like we're never doing it on purpose to give them shade. It's never to never make them feel small. And with this friend group, you can just see every time they talk to each other and like make poke fun of each other, it's to make them feel small, tiny, and insignificant. And it just boggles my mind because from an outsider's perspective, you would think they're their ride or die, and that's how they portray themselves to everyone else. Like they're like, oh, that's my ride or die, that's my nigga, that's my ride or die. But like in reality, they hate each other's fucking guts, and they're all toxic human beings too. Like they're the most corrupted minded people you're ever gonna meet. But it's, I don't even hold resentment to my school because it's something I did for my parents, and I also did it for myself in a way. Would I much have rather, like I said, took a gap year and found out what I want to do in my life? Because as an 18-year-old, you think money is the only thing you want, so you're going to go into a degree that gets you that money. And I chose computer science, even though like I have literally no will anymore to open VS Code anymore. Yeah, yeah, maybe I should have took a gap year. That's what I did, and I have to live with my choice, and I have to just keep it pushing. That to say, though, I do believe my college campus is demonic. In like, every time I say it, it sounds fucking nuts, but like, it is the truth. My college campus has some demonic energy to it. It is very, very low vibrational campus. I don't know, it always puts me in a bad mood being on the campus. Like, I can take online classes and I'll be completely fine, but whenever I step foot on the campus, there's just some demonic energy to it. So, yeah. And that's like not even me being resentful, not me being a spiteful bitch. It is like, it is what it is. It is literally a demonic place. Anyways, content computing. I'm halfway. I've just finished the first. I had to take this class because my school doesn't offer any computer science class, not computer science class, but doesn't offer any physics class apparently anymore. Like, I pay 200K for what at this point? I don't get no heating, no classes, and no fun. This school is a fucking joke. I don't have resentment though for this school. I need to console myself that. No, I don't like. There was two. One started at 7 p.m. and this one starts at 10 a.m. I was supposed to finish my physics minor last quarter. However, the class itself started at 7 p.m., but it was like the spring quarter semester, so I was like, probably the sun won't be setting until like 8, and life is gonna be it's gonna be fine. I can just take it and leave a little bit after the sunset. Dead wrong on that one. When I entered, and also the class was in an observatory, so it was like 10 minutes away from main campus, and at that time in my life I lived 10 minutes outside in the opposite direction, which is great. So I went to class, sun already setting, dark, there's no lamps, there's no street lights. Okay, cool. I enter the class ends, complete darkness. I'm like stumbling away from my phone is at 1%, and this guy keeps on asking for my number for some reason. Like, I'm not the baddest bitch on the world. Like, please leave me be at this point. And I gave him my number. Like, I had to. Like, I'm not trying to be caught in a case. And he also asked for a ride. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, if it wasn't for the fact that I watched a lot of SVU and Law and Order, I would have hopped in that car and put on my own music. Like, but I knew that there was a probable chance that I would have died. Write out by hand the Python code to define the. Mind you, we've never fucking done code in this class. I hate this school. I literally. Here's the thing. He's a good teacher too. Let me just finish that story. Anyways, so I said no to the car ride, and I was in complete darkness. My phone's at 1%, so I just used my last call to call one of my friends, say like, "Hey babe, can you like pick me up from the observatory?" And they picked me up, and the next day I dropped the class, even though I was begging to get put in that class by the teacher. I had to drop it because it was too late at night. Back to the other point. I don't think I've never written a bad review, like a rate my professor on a teacher. If you don't know what rate my professor is, it's essentially, it's what it sounds like. You rate your professor. You go on your college, you put in their college information, and then you look up the professor's name, and it's a great way to like see what you're walking into. However, with the majority of the classes I took at the school, I realized like the teachers aren't bad. It's just the subject they teach is hard. Like, it's just a default hard class. Like, there's nothing you can do about it, and they try to make it as easy as possible in their eyes, by giving us like weekly quizzes. Whatever. It's not my. Which I'm out of this class. I don't really give a fuck. After the school, like, I could care less. Whatever. But there's only one teacher that I genuinely had to write a rate my professor on because she had given me such a visceral reaction. First of all, I'm not trying to accuse a teacher of doing that snow, skiing the slopes, that taking a snow. Like, I don't want to accuse a teacher of doing that. But, like, her demeanor and her actions kind of gave me that impression. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And also, she was a college professor picking out favorites. Oh, no. Oh, yay. Picking out favorites in a class and then dick writing them the whole entire time. And the majority of them were boys. Which is weird. I hated that teacher. She was my oh my god. So I had to. And like she was just she was just in fucking insane as a teacher. Like a diabolical teacher. Like computer. Gotta study, we gotta flip it up a little. We gotta shake it up a little. Probability. So a bit is the smallest unit. Okay, I already know that. And then binary, fucking don't care, but I know that. A truth table, unfortunately, I hate truth tables on my life, on my soul, on my fucking cat's life. I hate truth tables. I've been dealing with truth tables. If you guys don't know what a truth table is, let me actually pull it up and help you. If you don't know what a truth table is, shield your eyes because you don't need to know about this foolish fucking nonsense that the world created for God knows what reason. This is the truth table, and I fucking shit you not, I've been dealing with a truth table since senior year of high school. And it's been following me till fucking now. I feel like it has a fucking stalker complex for me because there's no way I have to be dealing with this fuck ass table, and every year I learn about it, it just gets more and more complicated. Like for this, we have to do like a whole like circuit gate. I'm not an engineer. I don't have to be doing circuits, but we have to do a circuit gate that this is a part of, I don't know, but I've been dealing with it since senior year of high school. My senior year of high school class, I took logic, which was a fun class. I took it at the God. I took it at the community college in my hometown, so I didn't have to take high school classes. It was a great idea. Loved the teacher. He was amazing. He would paint houses in the summertime, and he was just, I know he lived a great life. Freshman year, I took it for my first programming class. It was easy. It was just like to figure out if I don't know. Actually, don't ask me. But then sophomore year, I saw it 2 times in 2 different quarters because I took a mathematical proofs and reasoning class, hell on earth, and then on top of that I had to take another class that I forgot the name of because it was I had to block it out of my mind. That class was like actually such a fucking trip because it made no fucking sense. If you guys don't know what truth table is, essentially, I don't fucking know either. And now I have to be back at this shit. And also, I talked to this one girl in the beginning of the semester, and I was ranting about my class, and I said, oh, I hate that I have to do the truth table again. She was like, what's a truth table? And God bless your pure mind. I just have to say, like, you have not been corrupted by this foolish fucking nonsense of numbers, of just bullshit. Because, like, if a truth table doesn't give me my whole fucking Depop wish list, then I don't give a fuck about a truth table. What is a truth table? I don't give a fuck. It does not make sense. It does not matter in the grand scheme of things. Again, I hate being a spiteful bitch, but, like, it gotta be said. A tolley gate. It has 3 inputs, 3 outputs. That's last season, which we're on this season. We already passed that quiz. Vectors, I already know because I already, again, took a linear algebra class twice. So I feel like I'm pretty good with that. Okay, yeah, this is the complex numbers. Again, if I knew I was taking a math class, I was just taking a math class, but I just have to take this class. I'm really in despair, like, I really just don't. Oh, this is the shit I don't understand, and I don't think I'm ever understanding this, because it's this shit, and then just read my fucking notes. This is the doodle I did in class because I can't pay attention for the life of me. So, why am I recording this video? I would watch this video and then
branch
write
of science,
about it.
just like any other branch of science. It's a branch of physics. It's the study of things that are either really, really small, really, really well isolated, or really, really cold. And
see, now what's the fucking point? Not once did I hear how can it solve all the world's fucking issues. So why the fuck? Oh, fuck, actually, if you like this shit, you like this shit. Like, I like that you like this shit. Like, this is interesting for you. But for me, after truly going to Barcelona and sitting on the beach and seeing the sea move back and forth, I feel like I just want to rest. I feel like I just want to. Oh, darkness is crazy. Like, after going to Barcelona, I just want to explore the world. It sounds corny, but like this doesn't catch my interest, and that's fine. I don't gotta be interested in 5 million fucking things to be a human. I feel like with college, especially sophomore, junior, freshman year, I was just trying to live my next. I was trying to see the next day, but especially in those 2 years, I felt very behind in life because I wasn't doing research, or I tried to do research. Girl, I was actually quite ambitious my sophomore year, but then I got burnt out, and then I had a severe case of eczema, and then I had to go to the hospital because I had eczema, and that was the worst year of my fucking life. But anyways, that's not the point of the story. I just felt very behind. But like after again going abroad, I just realized like, girl, everyone has their own trajectory. I don't have to like, what is it? Compete? Yeah, compete, but also like I don't have to compete with people that have a completely different trajectory as I do. And that's fine, girl. Like I don't have to be in 30 fucking clubs. 30 also don't never join a club in college. Girl, unless you want your life to be absolutely erect, or if you're going into a college club that has a perfect e-board and the transition is smooth and eloquent, do that. But if not, don't, because you will be suffering. I don't even want to get into that story, girl. That shit's like actually traumatizing. But anyways, yeah, you don't have to compete, or you don't have to have your life in a rush. Like, it's literally your life. Do what you want to do. School. Doing 30 things for this class that started a week ago. Great teacher, though. He's actually so fun. He's such a fun teacher. He's actually a really good guy. He's a great teacher. I think the subject he's just teaching is very intense. Also, like, I feel like with the professors I always go to, they do too much when it comes to assignments, and they don't grade at all. Oh, anyways, yeah, that's me trying to study. I hope I do this. I hope I finish this, but I don't know.